To talk about, I had a client call me about her rental property, and she got a notice from the city that she has to get an occupancy permit and then also rental registration. These communities require that you register your properties. This is in Cleveland Heights, so an eastern inner ring suburb of Cleveland. That requires all landlords to register their properties with the city, plus they have to get an occupancy permit, which means that a building inspector has to come out to make sure that everything is up to code and everything like that. So, and the notice said that the occupancy permit was not obtained for the last couple of years, and so we were managing this property a few years ago, and then now the landlord is calling us for help to take care of the situation because I think they may have forgotten or maybe did not receive the notice that they needed to get an occupancy permit until a post was posted to the door stating that the city, I don't know, they don't condemn the property, but they basically said no. The notice says that nobody can occupy the property unless an occupancy permit is obtained. So we're going to call the building department today, see what we can do. Usually they send out notices in November or so. So I'm going to check the office to see if we got a notice, but if not, then we're going to need to request the application from the city. So there's going to be fines. It's usually $200 for the application fee, and then there's other fines attached to it. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with this situation. This is just an example that if you're going to manage your properties on your own, then you need to know your local ordinances as far as rental registration and occupancy permits and things like that, because if you don't, then you could get into some trouble like this owner landlord is. So the city of Cleveland is also proposing some stricter rules on occupancy permit, and then also mostly for vacant properties owned by out-of-state or out-of-county investors and owners. So they're going to require that there's a local agent in charge that may or may not legally be responsible for this property. So that's gonna scare a lot of out-of-state investors from investing into the city. And then they're also proposing point of sale, which at Akron Cleveland Association of Realtors, we always oppose any kind of point of sale inspection because it's been shown to reduce the values in a community and also prevent people from owning homes and property, not just the multifamily, but the single family homes as well. And then they're also going to require an escrow deposit for vacant land. So they're just making it tougher for owners to own property in the city of Cleveland. Now, is it good? Yes, in a way, it's good. It roots out the bad apples, but when you root out some of the bad apples, you're getting rid of some that are good in the bunch, right? So instead of surgically removing the bad apples, they're just removing the bad apples along with the collateral apples that are around the bad apple, and that's going to really hurt people who are struggling to make margins and make profit on their properties already in the city of Cleveland. So we are urging city council and so forth to reconsider the ordinance, and we'll see how that all goes. But the moral of the story is, if you're a landlord in any of the cities here in Cleveland, Cuyahoga County, or the surrounding counties, you really need to find out what your registration ordinances are and your occupancy ordinance are, especially if you put the house in an LLC. That's obviously a dead giveaway that the property is owned by a business or an investor, so they're going to target those And obviously, I always recommend putting your properties into some type of limited liability corporation. So give us a call if you need any help with that. My number 440-941-3692. Always happy to talk about and help those individuals looking. It's not a hard thing. You just have to keep up with it and make sure that your houses are up to code, which they should be anyway, and then comply with the city ordinances.